everyone, and welcome to another edition of Grown, Sexy, Singles Over 40. I'm your host, DeShannon, and thank you so much for rocking with me the last couple of weeks. You know, we've had some really good shows. I did an intro show, and then I had a good friend of mine telling you what a man wants. We did part 1 and 2. But tonight, go ahead and tag somebody. Go ahead and let some of your friends know this isn't just for the ladies. This is for guys too. Let them know to go ahead and go to Hope TV where you can see all of the shows. We've got something for everyone. But tonight, we're talking about navigating online dating. If you're like me, I was in a relationship for a very long time. I mean, a very long time. And so getting back out there was scary. Like, what do you do? So I'm going to give you just a minute to go ahead, let somebody know if they're thinking about dating, if they're wondering how to meet somebody. What do you do when you're newly single or single again? So again, I'm just DeShannon on this show. There's no title in front of my name. There's no comma behind my name. It's just me. Because guess what? I'm in a new phase of my life. I had a big birthday last year. I turned 50, but I also am single again. So I wanted to just talk to you about navigating online dating, because if you like me and don't go anywhere, where are you going to meet somebody? I'm new to Georgia. I've not been in Georgia but 2 years in a pandemic, and where am I going to meet someone? So I want to help us get back out there, live the best version of your life. Because, I talk to you all the time about living life beyond good, on the other side of good, a place where there's no limitations, there's no failure, there's only lessons. So listen, we're going to be moving from point A to point B. So tonight, we're talking about online dating, how to get back out there. Because if you're like me, you don't know what to do. So I'm going to help us do what we want to do. But I'm going to be honest. If you know me at all, I'm transparent. Oh, gosh, to a fault. People think I'm too transparent. But I'm going to tell you, I do not have a halo or angel wings. I'm just trying to live my life. I love God. I do. But I'm also human. So the next show, listen, mark your calendars. I've got a sex therapist coming. I told y'all, what are we going to do? If you've been in a committed relationship that you've had access to sex and now you're not, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy a rose? Are you going to get out here in these STD streets and risk it all? Are you just going to abstain? What are you going to do? We need to navigate this. We're grown, good and grown, but we also are sexy. We're single over 40, so we can have these kind of conversations. So it's just me and you talking tonight. So let somebody know that Grown and Sexy is on right now. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it. How do you decide? What do you do? Do you just start trying to find a club to go to? When people in there your children's age, that ain't the move. Not when you over 40. Where are you going to meet someone at? So I'm going to be honest. I was just at home. I was going to bed at 9 o'clock, curled up under a blanket, and my daughter told me, she was like, Mama, you too cute to be staying at home. So sometimes it takes somebody to encourage you to get back out there. To get back out there, yes, you might be single, but do you want to be? Now, I'm not talking about getting married. That might be later. I'm just talking about getting out the house. So let's talk about that. So you've got to decide that you want to start dating. So what do? We're going to talk about the anxiety of that. So my daughter started talking to me about all these websites. But I'm going to be honest. I got a title in front of my name on Sundays, and I got a comma behind my name on Monday through Friday. I didn't really want people to know I was single. And so getting on a dating website was like, that was anxiety for me. Like, what if somebody from the church saw me? Am I going to have to tell somebody I'm single again? Then when people started hearing I was single, then I had to answer all these foolish questions. But I had to get over that. I don't want to be by myself for the rest of my life. So, sir, if you out there, let yourself be known. Okay? So I had to get over that. And so there's different sites that you can go to. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. You have to decide what's best for you. Now, my recommendation that you don't have to take is to start with a free site like Facebook dating. It's free and they won't match you with anybody that you're friends with. That was a relief for me because Lord knows I didn't need the deacons in my DMs. I didn't need somebody calling my pastor or something like that. So because they didn't match anybody that I knew, I felt okay with that. I did my radius really far out because you can decide, like, do you want somebody in your town, in your state, in other states? I went as wide as I could go because I still had this anxiety of what people would think if they knew I was on a dating site. But I got over it. But now let me tell you what to expect. You've got to fill out a profile. They want some pictures. I'm kind of scarce with my information. I didn't tell people where I worked. I didn't tell people, like, how tall I was or anything like that. I filled out the bare minimum, but I did put some pictures up there. I put recent pictures up there because if you heard from my friend last week, he was like, you know, these filtered pictures 20 years ago, when they meet you, they want you to look like those pictures. So, you know, you had to put some pictures up there. I tried to get some variety pictures, but I just want to let you know what to expect just to set it up. You can put as much information as you're comfortable with on there, but I just kind of was reserved. I didn't say a whole lot about me, that kind of thing. I just wanted you to know what to expect. But that's how you create what they call a profile, so that when people look at your pictures and find you, what do you want them to know about you? Obviously, your name, whatever name you're going by, and your age is important. And sometimes it's like your likes and dislikes. I kind of put the things that I like to do. I like photography. I like reading. I like going on walks. I like nature, things like that. Of course, religious preferences is on there. Like if you've got a type, you know, what are you looking for? Decide that. Then stick that on there. Okay, so now we're building that profile. And again, most men prefer a full body picture. Now, let me tell you what I did. I did not do that. And when they start asking me to do that, I sent them a picture of me preaching. Now, because I was like, listen, that's what you're going to get. You want a full body picture, you're going to see me at church. I set it up that way because I didn't want any unrealistic expectations and them thinking that they was going to get something that they wasn't. I wasn't finna be taking no pictures in no bathroom and turned around, nothing like that, because I'm not expecting to attract that type of person. So be as honest as you want to be, but now know that men are visual and they going to want to know what you look like. So, but I'm telling you, I personally just had headshots. I mean, I was smiling, you know, I was posing, I was trying to catch the light and all of these angles. I did not use any filters, but as soon as somebody asks me for a full body picture, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to send them a House of Hope picture with me behind this pulpit. So that either eliminated them right there. So then what happens is you get the opportunity to look through men's pictures too, or ladies, if you're a guy, or whatever your preference is. And you can swipe right or left. And that's kind of the fun part for me. I would sit there and just constantly hit the X. My finger was on X, just because people, I know, let me just go back. I love God. And I know that God looks at the inside, but I look at the outside. Now, you got to at least be worth me looking at. Now, I know you might have a great personality, but right now I got about 2 seconds to see whether I'm going to hit a heart or an X, or whichever, swipe left, right, whichever platform you're on. So we're visual too. We want to see that. So you have choices. Now, a lot of my friends said, well, no, I didn't get any matches because they were waiting on somebody to match with them. But what I like about this, you're in control too. You have the ability to start liking someone. Now, I've got some old school girlfriends that's like, I want somebody to chase after me. Well, how he gonna chase after you? He don't know you exist. Like, where he gonna find you? You don't go nowhere but work. Church been closed for 2 years. You know everybody in your hometown. So where are you gonna find somebody? So don't be afraid at this stage to just hit the like button. So go ahead and do that. Yeah, go ahead. So now, if you like them, they like you, then you get to engage in conversation. It can be on the platform. Somebody will just say, how you doing? Hey, beautiful, whatever the conversation is. You can also start the conversation. That's uncomfortable for a lot of women. We're not sure how to engage in conversation. Just say hello. How was your day? It doesn't have to be something long and drawn out. And if he responds and you feel like you want to continue with the conversation, do so.
Special guest, Ms. Janice Anderson. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You were led to actually do this. You had
Yes,
a calling.
yes.
And your friend was a vessel in that moment to say, stick with it.
Yeah. Are excited about the idea of internet broadcast technology, but they also were very, very afraid of the idea.
You're home before sunrise, on top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
One of the things God told me was, and to answer your question about what makes me different, he said, you are going to be authentic. Yes, other coaches will be able to help people, but you're going to be able to do that because of your authenticity of how you went through. And then secondly, what makes me different is I am a prayer warrior. I war for my clients.
Yeah.
I intercede for my clients. I pray for my clients.
You've just answered the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of our questions right there.
Then this is where it gets to be decision time. Do you want to take it off the app? Do you want to give somebody your like number? And this is what my advice is to you. Now, we're just talking about me. I'm just the Shannon. Like, I'm not vetted all this stuff. I'm telling you about my experiences, right? I got a Google number. If you get that Google number, well, I mean, that's what you're going to get. I don't know you. Get you a Google number for free. That's one you can do. But now, if you choose to give them your cell phone number, great, because there's something called block. If they get to acting crazy or you don't like the conversation, block them and be blessed. So you have some options there. But when you take it offline, off the app, off the platform that you're using, you're wanting to engage in something more. Now, this is where my ladies, the ones that I know, that is online dating, this is where we mess up. we assume that because we have exchanged numbers that we may be exclusive. That person is literally just getting to know you. Just engage in conversation. Your expectations have to be realistic. What are your game plan? What are you trying to get out of this? I know a lot of us want to be in a committed relationship. A lot of us want to move from first date to dating exclusively to walking down the aisle and living happily ever after. But literally, you just met the person and you're just engaging in conversation. So just go into it understanding that it might go somewhere, but it might not. So now, some people like to just text. They just text. Some people like to call. It just depends. What are you comfortable with? Are you just comfortable texting? Are you comfortable calling? You are still in control of this newly formed person that you've met. It ain't even a relationship yet. You've just met someone. So just have to know, am I wanting to have a conversation with someone? What I have found is texting can kind of get lost in translation. So I like to just have a conversation because like, if it ain't working, I just hit that block button, never hear from you again. Okay, let's talk about some red flags. Things to look out for. Now, when you see these profiles and they kind of empty, that's a red flag. If you see a profile and you got model pictures, that could be a red flag. If you got a profile that just doesn't seem like something's wrong, it's too perfect. All of the pictures are amazing. It's filled out. It's got all these long bios. That could be a red flag. But now listen, read the bios because it be some information you need in there. Because if they start saying stuff like, hey, I'm looking for a third partner, and that ain't what you into, you might want to just keep moving along. It be some stuff in there sometimes that'll be like, no, this ain't what you want. Read the bios, but look for things that seem odd. If they don't want to ever, like if they want to get off the dating site, but always want to go to like WhatsApp or Telegram, calling through a platform or calling through Instagram, and you don't never kind of talk to them outside of a platform, that person might be in Nigeria somewhere, getting ready to ask you for some money. They can't never video you. If you went in doubt, so ask them to video, FaceTime, Duo, something, even Facebook video at this point, because you need to know if that person is real. I mean, several of my friends, because now I will do some Sherlock Holmesing and figure out if this person is real or not. They've been like scammed. And I don't want that to happen to you. Just be aware that if somebody's always wanting to call you through these third-party apps, that's a red flag. You know, these stolen pictures, like, you know that's a celebrity or a model or somebody like that. Listen, you can do Google Images and find anybody you want. So just do a little bit of homework before you start opening up your life to people you don't know. Now, if they start giving you a sad story, talking about they lost their money, they mama sick, they got a bill that's due, they check didn't come through, girl, guys, If she starts saying, oh, she didn't get paid on time and her rent due, these people just want your money. And because they're playing off of, we're lonely. We want a relationship. We want to be able to help guys and girls. I know guys that's been scammed too, so it ain't just us. But if somebody start asking you for money and you ain't never met them, that would probably be an indicator that this person is not going to be good for you. And just block them and move on. But what I don't want you to do is have a bad experience and then just shut down. Then just quit. Like, oh, well, I almost got scammed, so I ain't even going to try it no more. People are just people. Just Keep an open mind about that. But the power of blocking somebody is freeing. You don't ever have to talk to them people again. You don't ever have to see them again. You can block them on the app that you are and block them on your phone, meaning you'll never hear from them again. But I don't want you to give up because of that. Because, I mean, there's some people out there. Okay, so now you done met them. Y'all both had mutual interest. You done moved off the site. Maybe y'all are talking a couple times a week, whatever you are deciding to meet. Where are you going? Are you going to somewhere mutual? Are you going to meet at a restaurant? You're going to meet at the mall, meet for coffee. My suggestion is a public place so that you know you feel safe at. But now let me tell you, bring your own money. Be prepared to pay for yourself because you just don't know. And so I'm not saying that you have to pay for yourself, but just be prepared to pay for yourself. Now, let me tell you what I do. So if it's a man out there that I done went out with recently, well, this is what happened. If I wasn't feeling you at all, like 0%, I'm going to pay. Because I feel like that's the least I can do. I don't want you to pay for me, and I know I ain't going to see you no more. I'm going to whip out my card. I'm going to pay. I'm going to give you that church hug. I'm going to get back in my little car, and I'm going to go on to the house. On the way there, I'm about to block you. I'm not going to block you right there. I'm actually going to talk to you because I don't like ghosting. I don't like just blocking somebody without them knowing it. I'm just going to say that, you know, I wish you the best. I just don't think we'll see each other again. I like a little bit of closure. Some people just ghost you. I don't really recommend ghosting, but some people do that. So I just be prepared to pay, no matter what type of restaurant it is, if it's coffee, whatever. I don't mind a breakfast date or a brunch date, something like that. A restaurant that I maybe not have went to before, because the reality of it is I still got to eat. You have to eat too. So I go into it not really expecting anything other than to go to a restaurant that I may or may not have been before and to have a good time. Because I'm going to have a good time if I done got up, got dressed, got makeup on, and got in my car, drove somewhere. I might just not have chemistry with you. And that's okay. That's okay. So just be prepared to pay. But look at it this way. What would you be doing otherwise? Talking about, I want a relationship, but you're not doing anything. You're not going anywhere. You're just expecting somebody to find you where? Where? I don't know. That's why this is an option. Is it the only option? No, it's not. But it is an option for you to consider. Consider it. That's all I'm saying. There's free sites. There's paid sites. I recommend free. I mean, especially if you're new to it. I recommend free. There's so many free things that you can do. But I want you to go into it understanding that it might go somewhere amazing, but it might not. And if it don't, at least you got out the house. But I know some of you, we want to latch on to the first person that says hello. We want a relationship so bad that the first person that tells us we're pretty, we want to marry them. The first person that spends time with us, we are thinking that we're exclusive already. What I'm saying is pump your brakes. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's navigate this together. Let's let people know what to expect, how to expect, what to do, so that we can actually enjoy this phase of our lives. So I've been talking about online dating. Are you going to try it? Let me know in the comments what you're doing. What site are you on? I mean, there's all kinds of sites, literally all kinds of sites, from Tinder to Bumble to Black to Facebook to Our Time to, I mean, eHarmony, whatever the site is. And I'm not promoting or suggesting any of those. I'm just saying that there is opportunities for you, people like me who don't go anywhere, to meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet. I met some great people out of state. Tennessee, California, Texas, Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina. And then don't feel bad about dating. Like, don't feel bad that you might have dated, went out with, not dated. Terminology. You went out on a social gathering with somebody and it didn't work out. But at least you went. At least you had a purpose to have a good time. Your life is not over because you're over 40 and single. Because we're good and grown. Good and grown. You got to think you're sexy. Do you think you're sexy? If not, tell yourself. Mary J. Blige, I'm telling you, I'm going to preach that. Good morning, gorgeous. You got to talk to yourself because there is someone looking for you, but they just don't know where you are. You've got to be ready, willing to get rid of the anxiety. I was nervous too. I didn't want nobody to know. But I did it. And I'm doing it. And some of it I laugh about when I get home. And sometimes there's been a second date. What I want you to understand is I want you to live life beyond good. I talk about it all the time. Good is average. Good is average. What's on the other side of good? There's no limitations. There's no failures. There's only lessons to make us better. I want us to be better. I want us to be great. This is just another phase of our lives. It is not over. It is just beginning. I'm at the best phase of my life because I choose to do so. So again, my name is DeShannon, just strictly DeShannon. Nothing in front of it, no commas behind it, because I'm grown. I still think I'm sexy. I'm single, and I'm over 40. I want you to check us out each Monday, 9 p.m., The replays are on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And if y'all can't catch me through the week, Saturdays at 11. But let me just tell you what you can do. Just go to the Hope TV. You can see all the programming on Hope TV, from cooking shows, to kids shows, to talk shows, the business shows, to lifestyles. I mean, when I'm talking about Boss Up, I'm talking about Marriage Matters. I'm talking about financial literacy. Comedy shows. There is something for everyone. The cooking show is absolutely amazing. They got Get Up and Exercise. They've got something for everyone on the Hope TV. So next week, guys, mark it. Do not miss it. I've got a sex therapist coming that you do not want to miss. I'm telling you, get in here next week at 9 p.m. on Monday, because we're grown. We should be able to have these conversations. We're sexy. We're single. We're over 40. But we're getting ready to live the best phase of our life. This 12 will be the best 12 of our life. Again, my name is DeShannon. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for jumping in my inbox. Thank you for asking me on dates. I saw y'all. I'm going to get back to some of y'all. Thank you for just listening and being open to these types of conversations. Until next week, thank you so much. Again, my name is DeShannon. Follow me, DeShannon Speaks, on all social media. DeShannonspeaks.org is my website. Let me know how I can help you. Let me know what you want to talk about. Until next week, Thanks, guys.
Thank you.